Everything happens for a reason.
If you wouldn't have skipped the Murph that morning, you wouldn't have had the energy to go and do it.
Right. And I told you the only reason we did that was because we wanted you to catch up. We were one Murph ahead of you, and we had been carrying guilt all year long.
I don't blame you.
About being ahead of you, and now you're caught up.
Didn't
so
even
now
consider it.
Next year,
you're so considerate, dude.
Of course I am.
This is about control. Everybody knows. Everyone complies. We're the kinds of pros. I don't need a plane. I just hit the road. I do what I want. I can't sell my soul. Market about to crash. This is what you chose. Ruining the country. I think that's the goal. You gonna take the mark. I take narrow roads. I'm a man of God. I can never fold.
Phones are silenced. You ready?
You guys are prepared for drinking. What are we drinking? Boom, boom, boom. Smash the subscribe. Let's go.
Woo! Here we go. Welcome to the Protect Your Purpose podcast, where we talk whiskey, business, friends, family, and freedom. I'm your host, Matt Marchese, and this is my co-host, Zach Grady. What's going on, my brother?
What's up, dude?
See how I did that?
Yeah, I like it.
Just nothing fancy, just nice and easy.
I kept my mouth shut.
This worked out really well.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Lindy's not here today. Unfortunately, we're missing her on the Memorial Day. She had to work her real job.
Boo.
Yeah, boo. Whatever.
Bah humbug.
Yeah, she's close to retirement, so it's getting there for her to where she could be more present more often, which always makes our show better.
It does. It does.
Of course. She adds a different element, man, you know? When I'm a raging
lunatic.
I got it.
I thought that's where
I don't
going.
need you to fill in any insult voids. I knew what you were going to do.
Sometimes you pause and I feel like you're waiting.
No,
for
I was. No, sometimes
He's trying to be how mean you want to be.
He's
to
trying to
yourself.
be dramatic, like add the dramatic pause.
yeah.
Sometimes I'm a little. Zach.
A lot of times I feel like you're just waiting for an opportunity to insult me like that right there.
Sometimes.
You saw an opening, you're like, asshole. Raging asshole, lunatic. Yeah, no. All would work, actually. But she softens the blow. You balance us, you balance me, and then she softens everything up. We miss
agreed.
you. We miss you, babe. She's not here today, but happy Memorial Day week, everyone. It is Memorial Day week. We are celebrating today. We are drinking whiskey, if you can believe it, in honor of our fallen soldiers and Memorial Day and our heroes. We are going to drink some whiskey. What are we drinking today, Zach?
We're drinking the American Purpose whiskey.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun. So we've drank.
Some have said the best whiskey that ever existed.
Only a few have had it, though.
Steve loved it. Steve loved it on the Jet podcast.
Oh, we did drink it on the show.
Yep.
That's
and
right.
he's like, holy shit,
That
man,
was
this
funny.
is actually
He didn't even
really
know.
good.
He didn't even know it was yours.
He was just like, what is this
complimenting
whiskey?
it.
It's really
really?
good. Yeah.
And I missed that. But we were on an airplane, and
You were scared.
You were very afraid.
I get a little nervous. All right, so today's show. Thank you. So American Purpose. This is our soon-to-be product. We are fighting some trademark stuff and preparing, but this will be our product. This is our product. This is aged at about 18 months, and it is colorful and flavorful for being so young.
It does have a really good color to it.
Yeah, it's got a brilliant color for it. It's going to be really badass when we launch, man. I'm excited. And we pulled this straight from the barrel. It's got some sediment in it. Add some extra crunchies in there when you get it. Just chew it up. It's just oak. It'll be fine.
I like it.
It's just nature. It's just nature on nature on nature. Anyway, today's show, in honor... Oh, before I get started, Ian, where can they find us?
You can smash that subscribe button on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on Twitter and TikTok.
I mean, there's one on
And
Facebook,
Facebook.
somewhere, right?
Everywhere. Follow us everywhere. All the things.
Whatever
Smash
you
the
have.
buttons.
Purpose is on all the social medias.
Yeah, Ian doesn't like it when you just press buttons either. He prefers that you smash them.
It's actually
Get aggressive.
If you say smash, it's actually statistically higher that they will.
Oh, because
That's why I always say smash.
it's unique.
It's a unique. Instead of just hit that subscribe button, they hear the word smash. Oh, I'm gonna smash that button because they said so.
That sounds like high school, college, high school, whatever.
Can we
Elementary?
come up with another?
Elementary.
Do you have something against smashing? Do you not like the word
No,
smash?
Actually, I love it.
Yeah.
But
Well, let's not reinvent the wheel.
That
Smash that subscribe button, people.
That is what she said.
And by the way, if you are listening on any audio podcast, join us over on YouTube so you can see our beautiful faces. Well, their faces, not mine.
That's right.
Just my voice.
That's right.
we keep Ian's face off.
Yeah, we're gonna start building out a studio soon, fellas. So
Ayo.
Yeah, this is, I mean, we've got some time, but for you people who are audio, hop on over to the YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and listen up while you watch, because sooner than later, you will never get to see this studio again. That's not entirely true, because there's about 50 episodes. There'll probably be 75 by the time we get that done. And they're there forever. So you'll actually always get to see this studio.
This is episode 39 too, so we're almost on 40, which means we're almost on 50, which we're basically on 100.
Which means we've
basically
made
done
it.
1,000.
Yeah, we're 1,000 episodes in. Welcome to episode 1,000.
We're almost
folks.
caught up to Joe Rogan.
Anyway, listen, enough with the shenanigans. We want to hop in. So I wanted to do something a little different, a little special for Memorial Day, but also, dude, yesterday I went Memorial Day. Sorry, not yesterday. Memorial Day. On Memorial Day, I went in. Dude, I had a little thing going on. Okay, I went into a little funk, and it's like a depression. Any high achiever person, I promise you, has gone through it. Most humans, I think, that strive to be something go through it. Not all. But I went into a funk. You were over, chatting it up, hanging out, and I kind of nose dove. And I started thinking about just the state of our economy, the state of our country. Memorial Day, my wife and I we didn't make real great plans. We were out on the boat the day before, had a busy, jam-packed weekend. And essentially, we left Memorial Day free, thinking we were going to go out on the boat, and decided not to. Mm-hmm. So it was just kind of open, and it allowed me to have this void, which of course I filled with, I guess, negativity. I don't know. I was just in a space, and I was pissed about some shit about Memorial Day and what people think it's supposed to be. People think if you're not doing something, if you're not out on a boat, if you're not barbecuing, if you're not doing this and that and the other thing, then you're not enjoying your Memorial Day. It got me to thinking, well, first of all, what am I going to do to get the hell out of this depression and to get out of this funk that I'm in, and get my mind right and celebrate the day, which is a dark, shitty kind of day by nature. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for a ruck. I'm going to put my vest on, and I'm going to go for a ruck. I'm going to get some sunshine, going to get some energy. I'm going to get my workout on, get some thought, some clarity, some kind of meditation. When you're alone working out, you kind of can go into that euphoric meditation type state. On my way out the door, I decided I was going to grab an American flag, and I was just going to go with the flag. And I'll tell you what, man, that shit, it's done. It's over. I have officially made it a part of my program. I had some good audio in my ears, some good motivation, real purpose-driven stuff. And
what were you listening to?
I was a multitude of things, but I started with Frisella. Yep, and then I actually went into one of our episodes because it just rolled over, and ended up hearing myself bitch about things, and I'm going, you know what, man? I need to make a change. And as I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this program, to see how we can add as much purpose as possible for our program before we launch it. And as I'm sitting there thinking about it, a car pulls around, gets out. I'm walking down Harrison, kind of a busy road for those not familiar, like a small highway, stoplight street. And guy pulls into a school parking lot, hops out of his car, walks up the hill, meets me, and just to shake my hand, chat with me. And I was like, oh, what's up, man? I stopped for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. It was a quick conversation. And he says, man, what are you walking for? What are you doing this for? I honked. I wanted to stop and see if he needed anything and just say hello and say thank you for what you're doing. And I went, well, I think there's my answer. Number one, I immediately snapped out of that funk once I hit that road. I was carrying that flag, dude. People were honking, waving, yelling out the side of their trucks, and, big trucks with American flags, people putting their fist out, honking, screaming, America, God bless America. The passion that came from people, the purpose that came over me on my ruck that I was out doing, it dawned on me that this is how we add purpose to our workouts. This is how we add value to our communities. This is how we spread patriotism and love. This is what we need to be doing. As I'm sitting there going, how am I going to make this a more purposeful program to help people identify and find their purpose? It happened right in front of me. Next thing you know, I had someone else pull over and fist bump me out the side of their car, tell me, thanks for what you're doing, keep going, dude. They had no idea what I was doing. Had another guy pull over, stop, give me a bottle of water. He gave me a coin. I had it somewhere.
It's over there.
Yeah, a retired Navy chief pull over, coined me. He came with a cooler. Said, I saw you earlier. I drove by. I honked in my work truck, but he went and got bottles of water to bring me and a coin to come take a picture with me, say hello. Dude, the amount of purpose on a 10-mile walk with a fucking American flag in your hand on Memorial Day, humbling. And I can tell you one thing. If you're in a funk and you're going through some shit and you want to feel different on a sunny day, grab an American flag and go walk around your streets of your neighborhood or get on a busy streets, man. It will fill you full of pride and spread joy. So I wanted to tell you that story.
Well, for a little perspective also,
yeah,
we're not talking like a little stick flag you like throw in the back of your backpack. You had like on a pole.
Oh, a full fucking size American flag. Yeah.
So I think that adds a little bit to it too.
Yeah, dude. Listen, if you do it, if you're listening to this and you're trying to find your purpose, or you're trying to find purpose in what you do and understand how we talk about it all the time. I mean, we've gone through, I bet, 20 examples of how adding purpose to something can change perspective and motivate you and give you the energy you need to get through the darkest of times, the hardest of times. I mean, a man's search for meaning, the Holocaust, the darkest of darkest times, purpose will get you through. Something as simple as throwing an American flag on your shoulder and walking your neighborhood and walking your streets, feeling the pride that you have, will add purpose, and you will understand it if you're searching. So do it. We're putting it into our program, but do it. Take a picture, send it into the show.
Holding an American flag while doing a workout, and that's what you're specifically
That's it, dude.
about, right?
Holding an American flag while doing a workout. It makes you feel like you're no longer working out. Instead, you're holding the American flag. And it spreads patriotism, man. Yeah, dude. And it dawned on me. That's what we need to do. Got me out of my funk. I came back, went and took a dip in the pool with my kids, and just what the doctor ordered, man.
You know what, Matt?
Cleared my mind up.
I don't even think you're in a funk, dude. I'm a big believer. I'm not saying you weren't in a funk, but I think for some reason, be it God, be it whatever, puts you in a funk. Everything happens for a reason, man. You were meant to be in a funk. To kids, wife, you go do something right now. I need to get out of a funk, which then led you, you know what, I'm going to go on a ruck, which then led you know what, I'm going to carry this flag, which then led into everything that you just told. If it wasn't for you being in that funk, none of that would have happened. If you would have made plans to go on a boat, none of that would have fucking happened, man.
Correct.
None of it. Everything happens for a reason.
If you wouldn't have skipped the Murph that morning, you wouldn't have had the energy to go and do it.
Right. And I told you the only reason we did that was because we wanted you to catch up. We were one Murph ahead of you, and we had been carrying guilt all year long.
I don't blame you.
About being ahead of you, and now you're caught up.
Didn't even consider it.
Next year,
you're so considerate, dude.
Of course I am. You know this about me. I'm a giver.
Matt has a big heart. Don't forget it.
That's right. I didn't do the Murph for you. Okay, my friend.
Had I known you were going to go on a march, though, I probably would have went with you.
Had I known I was going on a march, I might have invited you. I told you I didn't know, man, and I think it was sort of the Lord's intervention at that point. I didn't know. Lindy said the same thing. Like, I didn't know you were going to go do that. I said, I didn't know either. All I knew is that I was going to get out and go for a walk. Like, that was my plan. And then I strapped on my stuff, and I said, here we go. On the way out, I saw the flag that you went and scooped up the day before off the side of the road that was just sitting there on the golf cart on my way out. I said, fuck it, I'm going to grab that thing.
So, yeah, it flew. We were following him in the boat after Sunday because we went out on the lake.
Oops.
And it flew off.
I failed to prepare the boat.
But it flew off, and I was like, I even told you, I said, if anything, the only thing I'm stopping for is if that flag flies out for some reason.
And sure enough.
And sure enough, it did. So I stopped, and I'm running down the highway with it. And then, yeah, it ended up being right on your golf cart as you were walking out the door. Or it would have been on the boat. You would never even thought about it.
I snatched it. Boom. Gone. Let's go. Change the game, man. Had a guy stop.
The butterfly effect, dude.
One of the guy that stopped. Yeah, of course. One of the guy that stopped, he went on. He was like, what are you doing this for? I was like, man, I told him we're preparing for a 50-mile march. I told him just a little bit about it, and he was like, "Oh, cool, that's awesome." I think he looked like a former or current soldier. Yeah, he looked like a major in the army or something. I don't know. Definitely a service member of some point at some point. And then he went on the 50-mile march website or Facebook page, left them sent them a message on the back end. After that, I got back. Jay posted something. He was out marching with a flag, and I was like, "Bro, we were doing the same thing at the same time. That's what's up." And he says, "Hey, were you on Harrison?" I said, "I sure was." Then he sends me a screenshot of this guy. It says, "I met a 50-mile marcher carrying a flag while walking along Harrison Street in West Omaha today. I stopped and shook his hand and had a great short conversation with him. The encounter made my day, and I didn't even think to ask him his name. Cheers to him and all of you who are marching from Lincoln to Omaha in August."
Dude, that gave me goosebumps, bro.
Right? So not only did it change my whole day, several people stopped. And on this guy's account, it made their whole day. This dude found purpose in us marching with that fucking flag. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Get your ass out. Get a flag, 1 hour. Go for a walk. That's going to be a part of our program. We're scratching the whole workout deal. It's a walk with a flag. Because, man, and to the point of the show, on Memorial Day, bro. On Memorial Day, I'm telling you, and that time for me, I'm going to do it every year. And I'm going to do it more and more and more. That's going to be how I spend my Memorial Day. Reflecting and understanding that the shit isn't about me. The shit isn't about a barbecue. It isn't about a boat. It isn't about what you think it's about, what we pretend it's about. What it's about is remembering the people who died for our freedom.
100%.
Who died, who lost and gave their lives for us to live the life we have. And I know this is ugly. We've got a video, Ian, in a minute. I'm gonna have Ian roll. We're gonna roll about a 10-minute video. It's about 11 minutes actually. And it's what the video is an accurate one of my family friends from my whole life sent this video to me on a group message and said, this is the best video on the internet or whatever, to show and give such a perfect depiction of our freedoms being under attack by way of propaganda. This is what I watched, and I said yesterday, on Memorial Day, and I said, I feel like people don't understand. They're too focused on fucking partying. They're too focused on spending time with their friends, which I encourage you. Be with your friends, all holidays. Spend with your friends. Friends lift you up. It's what you should do. Friends add purpose. They add value. Of course, assuming they're good friends and they're good for you and good for your soul. But understanding that we should be not only celebrating by way of honoring and sharing stories and, toasting a beer and pouring some out to our homies and waving our flags. But we should also spend some time on some current reflection on the state of our country and the freedoms. So these people didn't die in vain for nothing. And that's what I feel like, man. And I spent the good part of Memorial Day fucking mad, angry, upset, sad, all of these emotions jolting through my body because I just know people are more worried about a fucking barbecue. They're more worried about a fucking selfie. They're more worried about, their beer, and they're more worried about talking shit than they are realizing that we are currently under attack. Okay? From a high level, it's 4D chess. We are currently under attack. And we are on the verge of all of these men and women, all of these fucking heroes who died for our freedoms that we are celebrating on Memorial Day. We are on the verge of it all being for fucking nothing. They are desperately at a high level, a world control power, a world power trying to take over American freedom. We witnessed it. We've experienced it through the military. We experienced it through COVID. We've experienced, they're trying to take away our medical freedoms. They're trying to take away our freedoms of the press. Like with our independent journalism, you've got to understand what's happening. And this video that we're going to play in just a second does a really good job of just highlighting the absolute organization and orchestration of propaganda of the same words spread across the entire world at the same time to convince a global population of something that ended up, and you could see a good timeline on this video. Again, 11 minutes. I urge you to stick with us and watch it. Just so you know, we wanted to do a Memorial Day show. We wanted to be positive. We wanted to come and shed some light.
But you're right, though. The holiday gets lost sometimes.
It gets fucking lost, man.
In that, and then it's also kind of like the unofficial beginning of summer, you know, that people utilize. But I kind of used I had never done the Murph before. Obviously, it's been around for a while, and I had never done it. But I used that opportunity kind of in the same way. Like, let me put my body through some turmoil, through some hard times, because there are several people that are unable to do that anymore. Like, and I use it as you're using it on a bigger scale. I thought about the people I know that have died in combat or in service. And halfway through, and Jordan can even attest to this, I said, I think I'm going to take the vest off, because I was like almost at my breaking point.
Like a G, though.
Halfway through, I was like, I need to take the vest off. And then I was like, you know what? No matter how long this takes me, I'm going to finish it with the entire vest or with the entire weight plate on, you know, just for those reasons. Like, put your body through some turmoil, do some hard shit, because there's people that can't do that anymore.
Hard shit is relative, but to your actual point of this, doing hard shit with a purpose. The Murph is, and I don't know the whole story, but what's his name? Murphy?
Lieutenant Murphy. Yeah.
Lieutenant Murphy. It's in honor of a dude who died for our country and who did some of the hardest shit and the most mentally challenging shit on the way to death. And when you can really dig deep into that level of purpose to where you're doing it in honor of somebody, it will force you to do shit that you otherwise wouldn't do.
Right.
Like keep the vest on or do it at all. Like, What is it? 300, 200, 100, 300?
1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, 1 mile run.
Yeah, which is psychotic. We did it 2 years ago. That's what we were talking about at the beginning of the show. But it's hard. You can do it. But you don't have to jump into the Murph. Go for a walk. Grab a flag and go for a walk. Like you can accomplish a similar, if not exact same amount of purpose by just doing it.
But as you said, if you attach a purpose to it, and there's several of those. There's cancer walks. It doesn't just have to be, a death by combat or in the military. I mean, any sort of death. You can attach any purpose you want to it.
That's right. Attaching purpose, man, it changes the game. But yeah. I wanted to, as shitty as this is, we wanted to be positive on it, but at the same time, there are so many people out there right now that still think that this is all just normal. It's just a regular election cycle where, the left is bashing the right and the right is bashing the left, and we've got this well-balanced government and this kind of yin and yang of the media. Like you'll see on this, dude, it's Fox, it's CNN, it's CSNBC, it's C-SPAN. It's every network.
Everything.
It's everything. This isn't right and left anymore. And if we really want to honor these fallen heroes, if we really want to honor these people who died for our freedom and have their death for our country and our freedom not be in vain, we need to wake the fuck up to this. And I saw this video and I said, man, there's some good shit out there that's hard to really grasp unless you know, but this seems like undeniable propaganda proof to me, and you get to see it. So, Ian, roll that video.
We want to make sure that people can discern the truth from the misinformation. Yeah. And we want to make sure that everyone understands that no one's safe. Everyone's safe.
No one is safe.
No one is safe.
No one is safe. No one is safe.
No one is safe.
Nobody's safe.
No one is safe.
Nobody is safe.
This is a post 9/11 axiom. Safer, but not yet.
That right there is propaganda. Just repeating that word.
No one is safe.
Right.
You get it pounded into your brain. You think you're not safe.
The whole world isn't safe. None of us are safe.
No one is safe.
No one is safe.
Nobody is safe.
Just want to point out too, it's everything. Fox, CNN, they're all saying the same message.
The science is clear.
Press pause.
There is no safety.
No one is.
This is the exact example. Like, pay attention, folks. We're not a minute in yet, and you've heard the same exact words being repeated across in 39, 50, 40 seconds. You've heard the same thing be repeated across fucking 20 different platforms in no time. This is what propaganda looks like. If you want to know what we're talking about when we say we are under attack and the information is the war, the information is the weapons, this is what I mean. This is an orchestrated attack. And just wait until here in a second, you'll see the information turn. Like, not only are they all repeating the same thing, almost in sync, in unison, across all different platforms, when it's all said and done, it's wrong. And then they all change the narrative, and then they do the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. And I'll get to it, but when it's all said and done, I mean, there were victims. This is a crime. This is crimes against humanity. There were victims to this crime. And I am one of those victims of this crime. Okay? I know many people who are victims of this. So if you are not one of these people, which you'll get to in a minute, you weren't a victim of this crime. That's why you don't feel it, because you weren't a fucking victim of it. Your career wasn't ruined for it. You didn't have it directly impact you to the point of you feeling what this did to you. Go ahead, press play.
No one is safe. No one is safe until everyone is safe. No one's safe.
Nobody is safe. Nobody's safe.
No one's safe.
We'll never be
Over
safe.
and over and over and over.
We're never going to be safe.
99.5% of people are safe and will survive COVID-19.
Press pause. No one is safe. No one is safe. No one is safe. No one is safe. Well, actually, if you're actually looking at the data, and if you're actually trusting the science, you're looking at it like everybody was fucking safe. And if you remember early on in the deal, I can't go down this, but do you remember asymptomatic carriers? Do you think saying asymptomatic carrier will get us banned, Ian? Or
You mean symptomatic A carriers?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Symptomatic say. AA. Anyway, plus play.
The positive thing out of this is we should be able to manufacture a lot of vaccines, and
nobody will be safe if not everybody is
this
vaccinated.
Guy is the devil.
As long as not everybody is vaccinated, nobody will be safe.
Normalcy only returns when we've largely vaccinated the entire global population. So
get the fucking vaccine. You need to get vaccinated, and if you don't, you are going to die.
I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones, but you know there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God wants. You know who they are.
The unvaccinated people.
My message to unvaccinated Americans is this.
If you are the unvaccinated, you are the problem.
You're the problem.
This is a crime, dude.
The only people that
celebrities, news anchors, politicians,
everybody, heads of lunatics, heads of government agencies, financial guys.
If you're willing to walk among us unvaccinated, you are an enemy. You have no
right not to be music industry artists.
To contaminate someone.
You can't go around pointing a gun in somebody's face, which is
pundits, actors.
They are all idiots.
Whoever this idiot is.
This is a real movement in this country against the unvaccinated.
Educators,
is cutting non-vaccinated
celebrities
people out of her life.
Unrepentant, unvaccinated.
They should be removed from the hospital.
Those who refuse to be vaccinated should be denied health
care. Press pause real
quick
to kind of break this down a little bit. When people ask, what do you mean it's an orchestrated attempt? Like, what do you mean that when people say it's a conspiracy theory, that they are all conspiring against us? when they say who, watch this video.
There they are.
This is them. This is the they. When they say whoever they are, this is they. These are the minions that are delivering the information from the other layer of they. You see how it goes? They get the information, and then they parrot the information over and over and over and over and over again in the largest... Anyway.
And whether they believe it or they're just getting, paid to parrot it.
They don't have a choice. Like when you are on the network, this is what you have to do. This is your show. The advertisers fund the shows. We've talked about this before. The advertisers fund the show. In order to get the funding, you have to repeat the narrative. You don't want it? No problem. You lose your money. You don't have any money? Guess what happens? No more job. You have no more. And then they fucking shit can you and replace you with another talking head, with another parrot. Boop, 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 boop. And then they tell us their story and they tell us how great they are and how... Anyway, if you want to know who, this is who. And if you want to know what, they're telling you. And if you want to know who they're against, they're telling you that too. And it was the unvaccinated. And people are like, oh, you're conspiracy theorist. Oh, get your tinfoil hat. Oh, you... No, motherfucker. This ruined my military career, okay? This ruined my life as much as they possibly could. There was a few of us who stood strong, and it is what it is, but my career's over for it. It's done. And it was the catalyst. Go ahead, press play.
Well, real quick. So, I think another way to look at it is a majority of everyone is a victim. Yes, your career was ruined, but guess what? You didn't get vaccinated. Zach still has his career, but guess what? He got vaccinated.
Oh, the biggest crime is the people who were forced into this.
Yes, exactly.
My career is fine. I'm going to be just fucking fine. Yeah, dude. The biggest ones were the people who were forced into relinquishing.
Coerced, right? Isn't that the word?
Forced, yeah. Coerced, coaxed. Coerced, forced, yeah, it's all the same shit.
Yeah, they say coerced because they make it seem like you had a choice in the matter. Some people,
dude, it was propaganda. This is the largest psychological warfare attack on the world in our history. Communication is more easily accessible and prevalent and understood and received now than ever. The information superhighway with the internet. This is the major tool. Okay, all of these outlets are the delivery of the message, and these people are the ones that gain the influence, and then they deliver the message through the media platform.
They're also the ones that delivered the divide, because you heard all of them, like Jennifer Aniston cut out all the unvaccinated people out of her life,
bro.
So everyone just it wasn't just if you were vaccinated or not. It became vaccinated versus the unvaccinated,
bro. They convinced people that we were filthy, dirty, disgusting,
Matt,
deplorables.
They convinced family members.
They convinced family members,
dude. That your family...
You're killing my grandmother.
Dude, it's insane the level. All right, let this thing play, because we'll never get through this 11 minutes.
Facts.
Person having a heart attack, yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy, rest in peace.
Yeah, you don't get treated if you're...
Some doctors are saying they'll refuse treatment.
Medical
for people
professionals
who choose not to get the shot.
Why are hospital and ICU resources going to them?
Morons who will not
funding
get the shot.
The unvaccinated clowns.
Idiots who think that they can do their own
Idiots.
research.
Don't do any of your own research.
Doing your own research is associated with conspiracy theory circles. This go-it-alone approach, doing your own research, that can have serious consequences. You should get prison time for even questioning the vaccine.
Dude.
Can we all stop saying,
prison.
I need to do my own research?
That phrase, do your own research, 4 words. 4 little words that are hurting America. Doing your own research hurts America. Everybody has a supercomputer.
Why would you want to be more knowledgeable?
No, we're not allowed to do that.
Research, and that's the problem. You must not do your own research.
Dude.
I need to do my own research.
I don't understand what that means. I'm doing
basketball announcers
during a game.
Research unless you're a scientist. Do your own research.
You're not a scientist.
Maybe you've told yourself you're playing it safe. You just want to wait and see since this is a new vaccine. No.
Grow the up and get the vaccine.
Unvaccinated people spread the
clinical
virus.
researchers, the president.
get yourself vaccinated.
Ben Shapiro, conservative.
There's no excuse. No excuse for being unvaccinated.
There's no rational and no emotional argument that adds up against getting your damn shot. There just isn't.
But you made a conscious decision not to get the vaccine.
I also have natural immunity. So for me, personally, this vaccine poses a greater risk than a benefit. I'm also...
Real quick, and here's the thing that blows my mind. What happened to when you get it, right? You get immunities built up in
they
your
get
system.
to that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. They get to that.
It's like we forgot about how things happen when you get sick.
Yeah, no. Follow the science and don't do your own research, bro. Listen, I want to remind everyone.
Do your own research. That's stupid,
dude.
Idiot.
Can you,
dumbass?
Of course, dude. There's thousands. This is in an effort to not make this video 14 hours long. Okay?
Right.
They stopped just to get the point across, whoever made this video. They stopped at this, dude. There is hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of them repeating the exact same words that are delivered from the gods above for them to deliver to the population as propaganda. Okay? And if you don't see it by watching this video, do me a favor and just don't tune into the show anymore. Because I will never be able to explain it any better than this clip, this 11 minutes, has perfectly laid it out to show you that this is an information campaign that they are delivering. It's strategic, which by definition is propaganda. The only thing that from there is to say why, and I'm giving you the answer why. It's because we're under attack. It's because America is under attack. And if we don't fucking sharpen up in honor of the fallen heroes, we're going to lose this country. If we don't understand this common principle. Like, the media is no longer lying to us for ratings and for money. They're lying to us for control. Control that will overpower our constitutional rights. Okay? They don't get to control Americans. Why? Because our Constitution we're self-governing. We control ourselves. That's what true freedom is. And we've lost that. We lost that a long time ago. But if we don't understand what this actually is, and it's coming from everywhere. It's in our kids' schools, educators, 3-letter government organizations, unelected officials, fucking software geeks, actors, athletes, announcers. Like, pay attention. This is propaganda. That's all this is.
Like during a basketball game, where does that even have a place?
Dude, it's insane. During award shows, during basketball games, places where it doesn't even understand, people. You have to understand what this is. It's an orchestrated, strategic attack launched on your brain and the youth, our youth. The older generation's not going to be fooled by this, and they don't give a fuck. It's the youth. It's the youth. Play. Go ahead.
So not a risk to any of you. Let's look at the science.
So we see that the natural infection is given greater protection or slightly greater protection.
And here's where it changes. Here's where the narrative starts to change.
This is a vaccine that was created to prevent severity of disease and to prevent hospitalizations. But the vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID and does not prevent you from transmitting COVID.
Oh my goodness.
Reality.
No,
and we have
that's
seen that.
not so. Come on.
No,
You've been at Fox TV too long.
You've been at Fox TV too long.
You love how they're shutting her off? Fuck them.
Look at this. How about this? I remember when this came out, dude. What an ass clown. Look at this, man. They're appealing to our children. This is not for adults. This is to brainwash our youth. They do it in cartoon form.
Stops with every vaccinated person.
Do it so you stop spreading terrible disease.
Press pause.
Vaccine.
Dude, I had arguments with people early on that said they told us in the masses that this vaccine stops the spread. And then a few months, it wasn't 6 months later, those same people were saying they never said that's what it did. They never claimed that it would stop the virus. The president of the United States said, I think it might be in this clip, it stops with you. You're not going to get COVID if you get the vaccine. And then 6 months later, they changed the whole narrative and said, no. We never claimed that it would stop.
Just lowers the
It just lowers the risk. Yeah, it just minimizes your symptoms. It's like a dimmer switch or whatever. Listen, again, people, if you don't understand what's happening, we will no longer celebrate Memorial Day. I promise you. We will no longer be able to celebrate Memorial Day. These heroes, these peoples will have lost their lives in vain if you don't understand this concept of what this war looks like. Go ahead.
A key goal is to stop the transmission so that you get almost no infection going on whatsoever.
Expectation for vaccines is not to get infected.
A vaccinated person gets exposed to the
Here it
virus.
is.
The virus does not infect them.
When the virus gets to you, you stop it.
You're not going to catch it. You're not going to get sick. You're not going to transmit
Fox
it.
News.
Vaccine is absolutely bulletproof.
Vaccines block you from getting and giving the virus.
100% effective at preventing COVID.
100%.
Pfizer.
Of course.
It is to keep you from getting it and then spreading it.
We have the ability to stop COVID in its tracks.
You're not going to get COVID if
There
you
it is.
have these vaccinations.
Saline.
Positive for COVID-19.
When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected.
Dr. Fauci tests positive for COVID-19.
Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
CDC director tests positive for COVID-19.
Get your vaccine.
Bro, this is ridiculous.
For COVID. Pfizer CEO tests positive for COVID again. CDC director tests positive for COVID again. Fauci tests positive for COVID again. Joe Biden tests positive for COVID again.
Cases up 258%. The majority
At
of these
some
cases
point,
are among the vaccinated. And this area is the most vaccinated part of Massachusetts.
So many fully vaccinated people are testing positive.
Look at these two fucking idiots. sitting 6 feet away from each other.
In their masks.
Outside.
What we know with
Stupid.
vaccinations had at least one bout of it.
Our vaccines work better than we could have possibly hoped they would work.
We are not the problem. The
Bro.
problem are the unvaccinated.
At some point, this is comical.
People are a threat, a direct threat.
I mean, all you can do is fucking laugh,
all
dude.
of us.
I mean,
Unvaccinated are a risk to all of us.
People have a right to be protected from the unvaccinated.
Maybe there should be laws that allow them to be kept out of the building. So at least, thankfully, they're not breathing the same air. Their freedom to breathe will diminish. Start firing the unvaccinated.
If you don't vaccinate, you'll be fired.
Time to come down on the unvaccinated.
They should be banned from the VA, banned from restaurants, banned from other businesses and colleges.
Companies should not treat us as equals.
Bro, press pause real quick. Real quick, I want to remind everybody. They stopped us. This is... to try and lighten the mood of this, man, because I hate how ugly this makes me feel, and I hate the mood this puts me in. To try and make some light of this, in the shittiest form possible, find humor. Like, find humor in how, in hindsight, how ridiculous this is. And I think what we all ought to understand is this is how it comes down. This is how propaganda works. They villainize somebody. They make somebody the villain. Somebody's the hero. Okay? They do that to divide us.
Well, yeah, remember you also got a sticker. If you got vaccinated, you got a, I got, just like I voted. So you're a hero.
Bro, this is, I want to remind people, like, I travel all over the world all year long for business and pleasure, for vacations and opportunities. And I did throughout the entire COVID. Dude, I had canceled vacations, canceled business travel events because of this. And I want everyone to understand, they stopped me from going into restaurants that today I can walk my happy ass right into and no one even asks a question.
Hold on, Matt, because I just want to add context to the clown worldness of it. They stopped you from wearing a mask, walking to your seat, and then being allowed to take off your mask while you ate. So magically, when you sat in your fucking booth, that was the COVID-free zone. But from you walking through the fucking door to your seat, that's where you had to be protected. That was the unsafe zone.
I understand you people out there thought you were patriotic when you did that. And I've done some dumb shit in my life. I don't claim to be perfect. As I've always said, there's a lot of people out there that said, now, I don't think I was fooled from day one. I think I can confidently say that no one will be able to prove me wrong, that I was not fooled from day one. But I was at least...
You gave them the benefit
willing
of the
to
doubt.
give them the benefit of the doubt so I could live my life guiltless on the off chance that I was wrong. Gave them 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Figured it'd be a great time to spend some time at home and only leave when it's necessary, which I'm a fucking homebody anyway, so I didn't really change much. It allowed me just to force my wife into staying home and not fucking dragging me everywhere. Nope, can't go. Remember the old COVID thing. I understand that you thought it was patriotic, but in hindsight, like, it's time now. And it's time for self-reflection. It's time for truth. It's time to come to terms with reality. And the reality is,
swallow your pride.
You were lied to.
You were lied to.
Like, keeping the unvaccinated out of a restaurant didn't do a fucking thing but divide this country. It didn't do a fucking thing but make you and your loved ones divide over this shit. It didn't do a fucking thing but make your grandmother die in the nursing home alone. It didn't do a fucking thing.
There were 10 people allowed at my grandpa's funeral.
Dude, I didn't know that.
10 people.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Luckily, I got to be one of them, but 10 people got to celebrate his life together.
It's incredible, man. I saw a video of, just recently, someone sent it to me, a video of, and they were saying, you know, air that maybe we should react to. It'd be a good one. It's short. It said, never forget that they did this to us. It was a mom and like two brothers, two sons at their dad's funeral, the widow, the husband, spread out 6 feet apart, probably 10 people, and the mom bawling. And one of the sons picks up their chair, moves it close to the mom to give the mom a hug and to hold their mom through this. The other son moves the chair from the other side closer so they can hug their mom. Another person from behind him comes up, moves their chair closer so they can be a part of the huddle and be together, which is what families fucking need, man. They're taking away human interaction. They're trying to force us into this zombie world where we have no emotions. We're not allowed to do it. And within a matter of not 60 seconds, in comes the guy at the fucking funeral home, forcing them out, forcing them apart while they're all bawling. It's despicable, man. This is a freedom. Okay, our right to peacefully assemble. It was taken from us. They stopped us from being able to be together. If they can stop us from being able to be together, which, like, I get it. You thought you were being righteous. You thought you were doing the right thing. I got it. People died alone, man.
Now we know.
Right. It is our duty to exercise our rights. If you don't use it, you lose it. Exercise our rights and never let them fucking do this again. They're going to try and do it again. They got way too far and way too much headway on this. Way too many people completely fucking hypnotized. Way too many people had no fucking idea last year how to celebrate Memorial Day of the people who died for our fucking freedoms than alone because they were told that they didn't have any more freedoms to be together anymore. Never let this fucking happen again. Go ahead and play the rest of this video. I'm going to try not to stop it anymore.
It is the unvaccinated that has put America in the place that it is.
We are losing freedom because people are unvaccinated.
Anger towards the unvaccinated. I'm furious at the unvaccinated.
Frustrated with Americans still not vaccinated.
Not to be vaccinated seems criminal.
Suspects face years behind bars for coughing.
Real quick.
This is us.
I fell down the rabbit hole of Joe Biden's earlobes, and I can't not see it now.
Oh, yeah. You think they don't change, bro. What do you think about that? No, different show.
No, I'm just saying,
different show.
I just see, every time I see him, I can't not think about it now.
I want everybody.
Why do his earlobes not match?
Every listener to fucking
go down that rabbit hole.
Go down. Just Google.
Just look up. Just Google Joe Biden's earlobes.
All right. You're right. Good.
He's an actor.
Dude, that was a fantastic way of stopping this.
Add a little
context to it.
a little light.
Listen. Yeah, go ahead.
Their freedom.
For them charged with terrorist threats.
You have no individual rights when it comes to the vaccine.
Really, you're killing other people.
We're being attacked by unvaccinated.
The unvaccinated who aren't wearing masks. It's the unvaccinated who aren't social distancing.
Me.
It's the unvaccinated.
As she's walking around with no mask. Everybody else is wearing a mask.
As an American citizen to catch and transmit a potentially fatal infection.
So
screw your freedom.
We can coerce.
Screw your freedom.
You're not going to be able to
From the
travel to see
Terminator.
your family.
If someone in your family isn't vaccinated, should you ask them not to show up?
Yes, you really shouldn't have anyone unvaccinated.
People fucking listen to this, bro.
Ruined
People
families.
fucking did this. They refused to let us press pause. They fucking refused to allow me and my fucking kids at their fucking dinner. People want to know why the fuck we're so mad? Why after this long we won't let it go? Fuck you, we won't let it go. You fucked with our whole lives. That's why. These cocksuckers wouldn't let us at dinner. Some of them still won't. They still don't even see it. They refuse. They told us we don't agree with your family's lifestyle. Fuck you. Because of these fucking idiots. Because of these fucking propaganda-filled bullshit
They
idiots.
villainized you, man.
They
They made
people
you
want
a
to know,
fucking criminal.
why am I so mad about it? Why am I so fucking passionate about it? You didn't go through. You guys did because you were with me. They did this shit on purpose. They fucking divided people that otherwise fucking loved each other. They told people to stop inviting us to fucking dinner, and they want to know why I'm so fucking pissed off. They convinced entire fucking states to not allow us.
They said you should have your rights taken away.
They wouldn't let me come back into this fucking country without proof of this shit. This is it, dude. This is why I forgot that when I got to this point, it enraged me. I wanted people to understand, like, they don't understand why I won't let it go. They don't understand why, because they're gonna do this shit again. And this is crystal fucking clear. They fucking made us a villain. They acted like we were fucking baby killers and adult killers, and it's psychotic. It's psychotic behavior. Press play.
The vaccination.
It's time for people to see vaccination as literally necessary.
You should have to show that you're vaccinated in order to go places.
Unvaccinated tennis player can't travel to the U.S.
If you're not vaccinated, you're not welcome.
Our patience is wearing thin.
Why hasn't the president focused more on scolding the
Dude, press pause. The president of the United States to get on national fucking television and say, my patience is wearing thin with you. Can you imagine? I know you two can imagine because you were. Can you imagine hearing the president of the United States saying, my patience is wearing thin with you? Like, what does that mean?
Very cryptic.
Right?
Very cryptic, just
what
like,
does that
like
mean?
his earlobes.
Dude, if the president of the United States' patience is wearing thin with me exercising my medical freedoms, how do you think that made me fucking feel? And to the people that were fooled, I want to reiterate this. As bad as it fucking hurt me, and as bad as it fucking hurt my family and my friends and my loved ones, and as bad as it fucking destroyed our communities, I don't think this is their fault. I mean, at some point, we're negligent, but I still do not fault the people.
And you shouldn't.
I mean, this level of propaganda,
They're trusting their president. They're trusting the government. That's who you should be able to trust.
It's a reasonable expectation to fucking trust our president.
Very reasonable.
Yep. Regardless of what side of the aisle.
CDC
and if you're believing the propaganda that all these people are dying, and if you're around someone who's unvaccinated, like, again, that's why this video is so good, is because it does such a great job of breaking down just how repeated it was pounded in everyone's fucking head. The unvaccinated, the unvaccinated, the unvaccinated.
Yeah.
Sooner or later,
Yeah. It's no fucking wonder the restaurant owners thought the unvaccinated were going to fucking collapse their building. And, it's no wonder that family members thought if you invite an unvaccinated person to dinner that you're going to kill them. It's no wonder. But guess what, motherfuckers? Still unvaccinated, haven't killed a fucking person yet. Press play.
Refusal has cost all of us.
Continued damage the unvaccinated are
They're
doing
definitely
to
gonna try and kill
themselves
me.
and the country.
How come migrants are allowed
going
to come
down.
into this country unvaccinated, but world-class tennis players are not?
Can't answer that one, Mr. Ducey.
and back to our lead story. The
pandemic of the unvaccinated. Fact is, this is a
Pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Experts call it
Pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Orchestrate.
of the unvaccinated.
Look,
Of the unvaccinated.
The narrative's changing.
Unvaccinated who are the problem.
It's not a pandemic
period, end
anymore.
of story.
It's a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Put our economy at risk.
This is a
what do they call that? The guy who does the orchestra?
Orchestrator?
Orchestrator.
No.
The unvaccinated.
Seems too on point.
Conductor.
There you go.
Is that what it is?
Pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Say what I tell you. Say what I tell
When you
you.
get the vaccine, you will not die.
That's right. That's right.
It's a simple, basic proposition. If you're vaccinated, you're not going to die.
If you're vaccinated, you don't have a risk. It's as simple as black and white.
You are not going to die if you are vaccinated. That's it. Full stop.
That's
you're
it.
Unvaccinated, you're
simple.
at risk. You're vaccinated, you're safe.
A majority of Americans dying from coronavirus are vaccinated. COVID-19
That's November
isn't the
2022.
pandemic of the unvaccinated anymore.
We didn't really understand the fatality rate. We didn't understand that it's a fairly low fatality rate and that it's a disease mainly of the elderly.
Press pause real quick.
I love how they say, we didn't know. We didn't know.
This is
but
where it
this
all
was
changes.
all coming out initially.
How the fuck did I know?
Yeah.
See, but
How did you
Matt
know?
Marchese knew. How the fuck
know?
did you not know?
But here's the problem, though. Let's assume that is the truth. That they didn't know, because odds are it was a brand new fucking, or whether it's not, but let's just say they didn't know.
Right.
They are our government. They have a responsibility to not force people to do shit until
If
they
you
do
didn't
fucking know.
If you didn't know, you shouldn't force
If you didn't know, you shouldn't have told people that you fucking knew.
Dude,
because people listen. Mothers vaccinated their fucking children because the government said they fucking knew. That's the problem.
Ian's fucking fired up.
I'm on it, dude. You may call me a Democrat, but guess what? I'm fucking unvaccinated, motherfuckers. I didn't put that shit in my fucking body.
Yeah, man.
And I'll tell you what, I was a believer, dude. I believed all of this shit. What caused me to question it is when magically this vaccination came out, and then they went, dude, and what opened my eyes is when they went after the nurses. And the nurses union said, we will not force our nurses to get vaccinated until it's approved by the FDA. The very next fucking day, guess what happened? The FDA fucking approved it. So then the nurses had to, or else they had to lose their jobs. And that's when I'm like, oh, this is kind of sus.
Dude, they purged all the fucking patriots out of the medical communities.
They did. Same thing with the military, and they did it to all the fucking nurses, dude.
Police force. They did it to all of our, everything we need to survive.
Everything.
And if you don't understand it, it's fine. But if you don't understand this, I promise you one thing. You're not unvaccinated. Because the unvaccinated all understand it. I don't know one single person, to our audience, to our listeners, I challenge you, bring me one unvaccinated person that wishes they had taken the vaccine. I challenge you. Matter of fact, I give you $100. I will pay you $100 bill, $100 bill if you bring me one unvaccinated person that wishes they had taken the vaccine.
That's a great short right there.
I challenge. I changed my mind. I up the ante. I offer $1,000 if you can bring me one person who wishes. If I can't bring you 50 vaccinated individuals in the same day that wish they hadn't gotten it. Because I can tell you right now, man, people are opening their eyes to the fact that what we're talking about is not the truth.
Yep.
I mean, no. What they are talking about is not the truth. What this information is not the truth. This, Ian, your position on this assumed just a minute ago before you lost your shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
I cut it out.
Yep. What are you talking about? I commend you for being able to go against your network, your basic political views. Even though you're kind of a centrist, I talk shit because I like to, but I know that was challenging, dude. I have friends who are I mean, most of my friends are unvaccinated. It is what it is. Most of my friends are also fucking conservative, libertarians, or Republicans who had no problem saying fuck you, because our parties were, you know, they were kind of split, and some were, some weren't. We all said, well, you do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not doing that. But if you were a part of the Democratic Party, unvaccinated, God bless you, man. Yep. It's like being a
unicorn.
Yeah, it's like being in the LGBT community and voting for Trump. Like, they're there, but they ain't exactly
really there.
Yeah, they ain't really there, and they're getting pushed out. And those are the people who really deserve a badge for getting through this. But, dude, earlier before you kind of lost your shit, you said something along the lines of, I don't know, something about they did this, that you assumed that they didn't do this intentionally. Okay? Taking that position of the government not forcing us, or not, first of all, they should never force us to do shit.
Ever.
Nothing. Fuck you. That's the answer. We as Americans should take that position, and we owe it in honor of our soldiers on Memorial Day week. We owe it to the people who fucking died, so we could say, fuck you to our government. I'm not doing that. You can't stop me from assembling. You can't stop me from going to fucking church. You can't persecute me. You can't stop me from going to see my family. You can't forcefully inject the fucking medicine that I don't want or I don't need into my body. You can't stop me from fucking having a gun. You can't stop me from fucking protecting myself. You can't stop me from speaking my mind, no matter fucking what. We owe it to the people who died for those freedoms to fucking fight for them. If we don't fight for them, they're gone. They're gone. And I'm telling you, it's a different level of the government making a mistake. Best case scenario is they were all just wrong. This is proof that they weren't wrong. It was intentional. It was well orchestrated. It was thought out. Do some research. They've been planning this shit for years.
No, don't. Don't do your own research.
As a matter of fact, he's probably right.
It's illegal.
Just fucking... oh, yeah. No.
Don't.
If you do your own research, you're a conspiracy theory. Don't. As a matter of theorist.
And I love how they attached it to that. They attached you doing your own research to being crazy.
Bro, they attached truth to crazy.
So the opposite, uncrazy, is just doing what anyone fucking tells you. Jump off a fucking bridge because the government told you to do it.
If you don't, they'll push you, bro.
Literally.
That's what the president basically said. If you don't do it, my patience is wearing thin.
Which earlobes, though?
If you don't do it, yeah. Anyway, let's play the rest of this video. Got about a minute left. Oh, it's over.
A bit different.
We have two Americas.
Oh, wait, no, there's some more. That's
it. At-risk America and a vaccinated America.
I wear my vaccinated necklace all the time to say I'm vaccinated.
You,
a
the
necklace.
vaccinated, are the last best hope to overcome the unvaccinated minority.
I need you to be my apostles. I need you to go out and talk about it.
We are seeking to enlist you in a benevolent conspiracy to join in the unfinished war against the sins of the unvaccinated.
Dude, a war against the unvaccinated.
The war against COVID-19.
You are a threat to national security, Matthew.
Dude, press pause. As Zach was yapping over it, you can shut this down. It's over. We'll wrap this thing, but when it's all said and done, man, I wanted to bring some good light shit. We talked about it prior to bringing some good light shit for Memorial Day. But when it's all said and done, man, we want to make people better. We want to make people, we want to help people find their purpose. We want to help people be able to drive, but also there's a dark element to not only Memorial Day. When I remember years ago, people would say, "Don't tell people Happy Memorial Day." First of all, don't tell me what to do. Okay, that's what caused this whole mess anyway. That's why I'm here today. There's too many fucking people told me what to do.
I'm tired of being told what to do.
And if I don't do what what they want me to do, they start threatening me, which is un-American by nature. It's un-American. We should not threaten people to do what they want us to do or we want them to do for our own personal well-being, our own personal gain, for any reason at all.
This video did a great job of showing that, how they villainized the unvaccinated.
And most importantly, if you can't, you have to, at this point, you have to be able to tie the two together. That they're villainizing us. They are dividing us. That's obvious. What isn't so obvious is why. It isn't because they're dumb. It isn't because I've been saying this shit since Joe.
Quite the contrary.
Quite the fucking contrary. Okay? They put that dumbass in office for a fucking reason. I'm so happy to be out of the military now where I can just pridefully call our commander-in-chief a fucking dumbass, which he is.
Or is he?
I didn't say it, Mr. President.
Is he an actor? Is it even
for
him?
sure. They're all actors, bro.
I mean, have you seen his earlobes?
Maybe he's a
Or
clone.
wait, we're saving that. We're saving
Maybe
that.
he's
Sorry,
a clone. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. All I know is I knew from the very beginning, people are saying, oh, he's so dumb. He could never win. Okay, he could never win. He won. You were wrong. Got it. Republicans, you were wrong. He fucking won. He's too dumb. Nope, he's not too dumb. They kept him in the basement. Why? Just gave us enough of his dumbness. And then they march his dumbass across our stages, across the world stage, as a loony bin shaking hands with the fucking air. Why? Makes us look weak. It divides us more. Mm-hmm. And I'd be a liar if I didn't say I'm a part of the divide, but we got to come together, man. So when people want to know why I'm so passionate and why I'm so upset, because I personally got told in my business, if because of your views, I am going to, in my city, convince all of the people that I know to not do business with you. I personally got told that my lifestyle isn't agreeable enough to have me at Christmas. I personally got told by my commanding officer in the United States Armed Forces that I was a threat to national security. I personally got told by my sergeant major, my highest ranking non-commissioned officer in my chain of command, that I was a threat to national security. I personally got my children separated from their family and their friends because of their vaccination status. I personally got told that I wasn't allowed into a restaurant to feed myself. I personally wasn't allowed into a hotel to put my head down on a pillow and go to sleep at night and get rest. My money wasn't good enough. I personally experienced this. Okay, so for anyone out there who personally experienced this, I promise you, you will not be the one that are calling me crazy. For all the other people who didn't personally experience it, it makes perfect fucking sense after watching that 11.5-minute video as to why you think that. But listen to what I'm telling you. There's no propaganda here. I personally experienced it, and I'm not making it up, and I'm not fucking lying. I've got receipts. It's the truth. And I'm just a regular ass person, man. I've got a wife, I've got kids, I've got friends, I've got businesses, I've got employees, I've got a community that I stand up for, that I fucking care about. That's all. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it, and the reason why I wanted to spend this holiday, this week, this, whatever it's been, 30, 45 minutes rapping about this, is because I think it's important that everyone understand once and for all that the people who are unvaccinated and the conspiracy theorists and whatever the fuck else we were victims. Okay, it isn't you. You are not a victim of my presence. You're not a victim of sharing air with me. That was propaganda. It was fake. It was a lie. It was a lie for money. It was a lie for control, and it was a lie for power. It wasn't a lie for the greater good. They didn't make a mistake. It was a lie. At best case scenario, it was a mistake. Whatever it is, no chance.
No.
And I don't stand alone. I sit here and say I, because I can speak for me, but I know very well that I am just one person amongst millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people who feel the exact same way, who are afraid to speak and who are afraid to say it, and who don't want to say it because it makes us feel ugly. I feel the same way. Anyway, you got anything else to add to this shit?
I think you did a great job.
Jesus Christ, man. Sorry,
I think
Mom.
I said about 10 words in that one. We got there.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're on a roll, bro. I just let you go.
It is what it is. Listen, I just go back and watch the beginning of the show. That was lighthearted. Added some value there. If you already understand this, skip the whole fucking thing. Anyway, you got anything else to add?
Nope.
All right.
Close her down.
All right. thanks for listening. Appreciate you coming as always. Like and share the show, please. Smash that like and subscribe button. If you're listening on audio, go over to our YouTube channel, give us a follow or a subscription. Give us a subscribe, ring the bell, ding the dong. And as always, people, find your purpose, serve your purpose, and protect your purpose. People love you.
Booyah.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.